Hello and Happy New Year! Welcome to another art video. I promised a sketchbook tour and I decided to make it a Q&A, and I have my Instagram followers ask me a few questions, so here we go. Question number 1. What inspired your art style and what drew you to it? Animated films, especially the likes of Disney and Don Bluth, had a big impact on me as a kid, which I think has carried on over the years. I also got into reading webcomics when I was in my teenage years, and the Western style, slightly realistic artwork in most of the ones I read was something that really appealed to me. I don't know exactly what drew me to it, but all I know is that it appealed to me, and it's just something I've picked up in my own art over the years. But I suppose that's really how your art style forms. Question number 2. Did you practice art or just improve gradually? Improvement is gradual anyway, but practicing is key to that improvement. It's a vital thing. If you want to improve, you practice. When I was a teenager, I drew every day, but I didn't necessarily practice or study art too seriously. It was just something I liked to do. It was only in more recent years that I had the urge to really improve, and that was all about practicing in a sketchbook. Not necessarily drawing finished pieces, just sketching to learn. Question number 3. Do you use references? I always use references. The way to get it right is to use a reference, be it your own photography or something you find online. I mostly use references for poses, clothing, and even color palettes. You don't have to copy everything in a reference. I often make my own facial expression references by doing them myself and either taking a video or a photo. I think references are very vital to making good art. Life drawing is an example of referencing. Instead of a photo, you're using an actual person. References are everywhere, and they don't have to be specific. They don't have to be exact to what you want to draw. I often gather pictures that inspire me on a Pinterest board so I can find them easily for reference later. But yeah, I always use references, and I highly recommend others to do so too. Question number 4. What kind of paper do you prefer? Love your art. First of all, thank you so much, that means so much to me. The kind of paper that I use really depends on what medium I'm using. If I'm merely sketching or doodling little concepts, I'll use anything from ordinary printer paper to very thick and heavy cartridge paper sketchbooks. Of course, for watercolors, I will use watercolor paper. My go-to is cold pressed because it's the easiest and cheapest for me to get a hold of. I do have hot pressed paper, and I'm a little scared to use it in case I ruin it. I don't want to waste it. I might try it out this year though. Question number 5. Is a sketchbook for practice or for actual artwork? I'm already scared to show my sketchbook. A sketchbook is for whatever you want. Some people create amazing artworks in them, finished and phenomenal pieces on every single page, but others simply use them for practicing different media and techniques, and for doodling thumbnails and ideas. That's the way I tend to use the sketchbook, for simply capturing ideas and practicing my techniques. It is daunting showing others your sketchbook because, in a way, it's a personal space for you to do what you like and to practice and learn. You don't have to show your sketchbook if you don't want to, but sometimes it's nice to see the thought process behind a finished piece, and that's often found in the sketchbook. Question number 6. Where did you find the inspiration for your OCs? So, for those who are unfamiliar with the term, OCs are original characters. Now, I have so many OCs that are all different, so I'll just go for the general inspiration. My characters are more often than not very story driven. I will think about a story before I draw a character, and that's probably why I have so many unfinished stories. But I think having a story or even just a setting is important for the design. The time zone or location is definitely going to influence their style and attitude. I often get inspired by simply looking at old photography because I love old-fashioned stuff. After that, I kind of just go where the story takes me. Question number 7. What is your favorite art supply? Love your art, by the way. First off, thank you again. I really appreciate that. My favorite art supplies have to be my watercolors. I've been using cheap watercolors over the years to get used to the medium, but recently I updated to some nice Winsor & Newton Cotmans, and I absolutely adore them so much. I'm hoping to get stuck into some more watercolor illustrations, and I'll try to make a few videos on them. So because we have a little time left in the video, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my New Year's resolution, seeing as this is the first video of 2019. So first off, I have a big jumbo sketchbook that I intend to fill, and as you might be able to tell from this video, one of my resolutions is to fill a sketchbook page, because oh my god, there are so many blank spaces in this sketchbook that I'm showing you currently, and I really need to get over that because it's just awful to look at. One of my major resolutions this year is to set up a portfolio website for my artwork, so that I can have an official and more formal place to display my art for people to see. And I also want to try and set up an online store somewhere, maybe Etsy, so that I can actually sell my artwork on it. And hopefully I'll get a few prints and maybe even stickers done, which I think would be really fun. I also really want to work hard on doing concept art for the comic that I'm writing. I need to get the scripts done and get straight into the drawing. So my goal this year, if not to get it ready for being published online this year, which I was hoping to do, hopefully I can just get as much done as I can this year and have it ready for even just next year. So I'm just keeping that kind of open. I was aiming for this year, but looking at it, I'll probably have a bit too much work to do because I have a lot of design and concepts to do yet. And of course, I really want to keep working on this YouTube channel, and I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to me recently. It means so much to me, and I'm so happy that you love my videos. And just please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you're not subscribed already, I really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button for more art every weekend. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a really awesome new year. Okay, bye bye.